The NBA just had the biggest gambling scandal since they started flashing the DraftKings odds in the corner of my goddamn screen, which, by the way, is every 2 seconds. They got 30 people indicted. 30! You know what the FBI called the 2 separate takedowns? They named them like bad action movies. Operation Nothing But Bet and Operation Royal Flush. Oh, that's just fantastic. They should make trading cards out of this. This whole thing boils down to one simple question. What happens when you build a billion-dollar empire on the idea that every single second of competition should be monetized, but you forget that the guys actually competing are just regular schmucks who want a new speedboat? This is what happens. Let's start with the low-effort fraud, all right? Terry Rozier. This guy's a guard for the Miami Heat. What was his crime? Wire fraud, allegedly. You think a professional basketball player is rigging the entire final score? No. That takes effort. They're too lazy for that. This guy was focused on the prop bets. For those of you who don't know, a prop bet is when you bet on some microscopic event in a game, like will LeBron tie your show in the third quarter, or how many rebounds will Terry Rozier get. It's betting on individual statistics. It's a cancer, I'm telling you. It's the integrity killer. So the federal prosecutors pull out this one specific incident from 2023. They say Rozier told his buddies, hey, listen, before the game against New Orleans, I'm going to go out there, run around for about 6 minutes, pretend my hamstring is tight, and then I'm going to hit the bench. Book it. He went out there, played less than 10 minutes. 6 minutes is what they're saying. Then he leaves the game with a supposed injury. He gave a half-assed performance so that his pals, who had bet the under on his total points, assists, and rebounds, could cash out. They made over $200,000 on this pathetic little scheme. And let's not forget the other guy in that betting ring, Damon Jones, a former player and coach. What was he doing? He was running around whispering in Bettor's ears, hey, guess what? Anthony Davis has a sore ankle. Shh, LeBron is going to sit out the fourth quarter. Don't tell anyone. This is the NBA's version of corporate espionage. It's insider trading, except instead of trading stocks, they're trading cartilage and Achilles information. Who's the victim here? It's the poor schmuck sitting at home watching the pre-game show where they say, LeBron is feeling good, only to find out Damon Jones had the real proprietary knee-jerk information 10 minutes before the league put out the memo. And that brings us to the second, far more cinematic indictment, Operation Royal Flush. This one, oh my, this one is pure cinema. This involves my main man, Hall of Famer and Portland Trail Blazers head coach, Chauncey Billups. And who was Chauncey hanging out with? The Bonanno, the Gambino, the Genovese, and the Lucchese crime families, the Mafia. This man, a respected basketball icon, was allegedly doing business with guys named things like Nicky Knuckles and Vinny the Vape. What was Chauncey's job in this nationwide, rigged, underground poker ring? They called him a face card. A face card. That means they used his famous mug as bait. They were luring rich, unsuspecting suckers, the fish, as the indictment calls them, to these opulent, private poker games in the Hamptons and Las Vegas. The suckers would walk in and say, oh wow, I get to play Texas Hold'em with Chauncey Billups. This is amazing. What the fish didn't know was that everyone at the table was in on the scam. The dealers, the other players, and yes, Mr. Big Shot Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups was allegedly just a glorified decoy. He was the Hello Kitty of organized crime. And the technology, they weren't just palming aces. The indictment says they used X-ray poker tables that could read opponents' cards. They had specialized contact lenses and rigged shuffling machines. This is some Bond villain stuff. You needed to be an MIT graduate to cheat at this level. They made $7 million. And get this, at one game in Vegas, the Mafia bosses had to pull Billups aside and say, Chauncey, stop winning. You've won too many improbable hands. You're scaring the fish. Start losing, you schmuck. Now, the league, led by Commissioner Adam Silver, is deeply disturbed Oh, you're disturbed, Adam? You know who else is disturbed? The rest of us. You guys jumped into bed with gambling companies the second the Supreme Court let you, and you put their logos on everything but the water fountain. Now you're shocked that people figured out they could make more money manipulating the game than playing it. What's their solution? They sent out a memo saying they're going to review injury reports and start using AI to monitor the betting activity. Give me a break. You need an x-ray table and AI to figure out that something's wrong when a guy plays 6 minutes and costs the franchise $200,000 in prop bet losses? Your old system detected the unusual betting in 2023 and you went, we're good. The whole thing is a joke. They created the perfect environment for this corruption and now they're pretending to be the victims. The league is saying they need to protect players from harassment from bettors. No. You need to protect bettors from your players. So now we have a Hall of Fame coach who was allegedly a mafia decoy for a high-tech poker scam and a veteran player who allegedly faked an injury because he couldn't hit the over on his prop bet rebound. And the NBA is frantically trying to replace human eyes with AI. Good luck with that. Anyway, I gotta go. I just put $50 on Adam Silver to develop a permanent distressed look on his face for the rest of his tenure.